tell us what you know about our company. Okay, well, your company is my company. I've worked at Full Sail for almost a decade. I have worked in enrollment, and I have shared our origin story with hundreds of students during that time. I have also guided our graduate through all of our career resources, familiarized them with the website. So I do have a very, very deep knowledge of the school's origins, how things operate, and what student and graduate expectations should be. One of the things that I personally feel like is really important to understand about our school is our guiding principles: to learn and grow always, to support the student's dream, to give back to others, to encourage students and our peers to embody the spirit of innovation that Full Sail fosters. Why should you hire me as a staff writer at Full Sail University? Um, I feel like I would bring in an excitement and energy to the position because of my passion for Full Sail. I have a vast knowledge of what we have accomplished here at our school, what we want to accomplish here in our school, and I have a very firm grasp on what the goals of our school are, and I feel like that my long-term goals align very well with what you are trying to accomplish with this position, and I would be honored to be considered for it. Many of the roles that I have worked in the past have involved stressful situations that I've had to handle. Early in my career, there was one particular time when I was working as a multimedia consultant for a newspaper, which had just been sold and was being downsized, and roles were, being uh, redistributed, reorganized, and we were asked to take on new responsibilities. One of the responsibilities I was asked to take on was coordinating a niche publication that ran weekly, so that it would be ready for press and getting it there by deadline. So the first time that I did it, I thought I did it really well. I was really proud of myself. There seemed to be no glitches whatsoever, until it printed. And one of our most important clients had inverted their ad, and it ran upside down. Needless to say, my boss was less than impressed, and told me I needed to own it and call the client and explain what had happened and hope they didn't pull their schedule. I was really nervous, my boss watching, calling the client. I went ahead and did it. The marketing coordinator answered the phone, and so instead of just jumping right in and apologizing, I decided first to ask what the response to the ad would have been, like I normally would. And she told me that I needed to hold on the line because the owner wanted to tell me himself. Oh, I was so nervous. My boss was pacing. The owner gets on the line, and come to find out, the response had been off the chain. He was super excited about the call volume, and he wanted to repeat what he thought had been an experiment with one of his free filler ads as a paid ad in all 12 zones on the back cover of this publication. So obviously, great recovery. Thought quick on my feet, acted like that's exactly what we had been doing. Got it all scheduled and everything, and got off the phone. Of course, my boss was very pleased with the outcome, but he definitely made sure that it was my responsibility for the rest of the quarter to coordinate that particular publication. I was really glad that he did that. I learned so much about working with the press and, getting those layouts coordinated correctly, that later on it landed me a promotion where I got to launch a brand new publication. Why do I want the job as staff writer? Well, I would love to expand my writing skills, but more importantly, I would enjoy being a voice that represents the university and inspires admiration for our students, our graduates, and our instructors' accomplishments, but more importantly, for what Full Sail represents. How am I qualified for the job of staff writer for Full Sail? Well, my experience in publishing, marketing, advertising, and education have taught me some valuable skills to be a liaison between departments, meet deadlines and goals effectively, to be solution driven and understand the value of prioritizing while remaining flexible. My education in creative writing has taught me to adapt my writing style, engage readers, research and document my sources, and work with multimedia platforms. And those things combined, I think, would make me very qualified for this position. Thank you for asking. I do have some follow up questions. First of all, I'd like to know what a typical day or week looks like in this role. I'd like to understand what the biggest challenges that someone in this position would face. And I'd also like to know if this is a new role or am I taking over for someone who's leaving?